Who made it actually remove it from the array? More people than that. Come on. Who made it remove it from the array? Okay, thank you. A few more people. Let's go, Andrew. How'd you do it? I don't know if you've noticed, but I'm a little weird myself. So that might not be out of character.
There's a delete keyword, and I had a method that took the ID, and I was actually storing it in like an ID-based array.
Okay, so like in an object?
Yeah.
Cool. I like that a lot. I did not, however, store it in that kind of thing, so I can't do that. How'd you do it, Jordan?
I basically just, so I had an ID on the list item.
Had an ID on the list item.
Then matched the ID in the array, and then
Match the ID in the array.
searched the array, and then if it matched the ID on the list item, I just deleted that.
How do you delete it from the array?
Splice.
Splice. Okay, so Array.splice to remove something from an array. Let's look up how that works. JS Array.splice. Changes the contents of an array by removing existing elements or adding new elements. It can take a bunch of arguments if you're adding. If you're removing, the index at which to start changing the array. So you search through, you find that item, and then at that index right there, that's where we want to do this thing. And then an integer indicating the number of old array elements to remove. So that's going to be 1, right? We only want to remove one element from the array. So inside remove dino, in addition to removing it from the list item, we need to remove it from that thing. So the array is this dot dinos, right? So we're going to call splice. First is where to start. I don't know right now, but I know that it's 1. I know it's one item I want to remove. So I have to find that first number. How'd you do that? You said you searched through and compared the IDs? Seems legit. Loop through it. So for loop. I could say const I equals 0, or could I? Can't say const, right? It's going to have to be let, because it's going to keep getting reassigned with I++. So let I equals 0, I less than the length of the thing, which is this dot dinos. I less than this dot dinos dot length, I++. Compare the IDs. So, okay, I'm comparing this dot dinos square bracket I, right? The ID of that. Let's just pause right there for right now. I'm going to comment out my splice line. Let's try console logging the ID. Okay, Velocikyle. Pado-Pranav. Oh, man. We got some wackiness going on with that style sheet. Well, let's see what happens when I click remove. Explode! Cannot read property length of undefined. This.dinos.length? What do you mean this.dinos is undefined? It is not. We have been betrayed. Throw it in the trash. Our browser is broken. What's going on here? Yes, Kyle. So what is this? Good guess. The event target, right? Because how was remove dino called? It's an event handler. So this is going to be bound to the target of the event. How do we change that? How do we bind it manually? Dot bind this. Remember, whatever I put in parentheses here is what's going to get bound to this. And what I want is the thing that this is right now here on line 42. So I just put this inside bind, and it should be the right thing. Refresh. Tyranno Jaden Rex. Remove. 1. Cool. We console logged that thing. So we have the ID. What do we want to compare it to exactly? Where's the ID in our DOM? On the list item, we have that data set object, right? And because we have that data ID attribute, up here we said item data set ID equals that. So we could say, we could compare list item dot dataset dot ID. How do we compare things in JavaScript? Three equal signs. Who used 2 equal signs? Anybody? Really? Nobody did that? Can you tell me the difference between the two? Evan.
Well, I might be wrong, but I think the 3 is like it checks the type is the same as well, but 2 is just like
2 equal signs will do some type conversion for us. And that can lead to a whole lot of confusion. A lot of unexpected behavior if we're not prepared for that. So as a general rule, just always use 3 equal signs. It's going to expect them to compare exactly. We don't want to rely on side effects. So if there's any type conversion going on, we're going to do it ourselves. So let's say if list item dataset ID equals this dinos square bracket I ID, console log, found it. All right. Let's say Cameron Bronto Dino Thingy Rexosaurus. It never said it found it. What is this crap? All right. Let's console log these things. Or something. We could put a debugger in there. Something's not what we think it is. Refresh. Remove. Okay. Hit the debugger. So what is listitem.dataset.id right now? It's the string one. What is this.dinos square bracket I.id? It's the number one. One's a string, one's a number. So yeah, they're not matching. What are we going to do about this? Let's just turn the number into a string. How's that? So const current ID equal this dot dinos square bracket I dot ID dot to string. ToString is a method that exists on every single object in JavaScript. Call it on an object and you get that square bracket object object. That super profoundly unhelpful thing. Call it on a number and it's a string of that number. So then instead of comparing it to this dyno's ID, we'll compare it to current ID. Okay, refresh. Seth Ceratops. Remove. Found it. Yay. So if I've got 100 dinosaurs in my list, how many times is it going to go through this for loop? 100 times. It'll only say found it once, but that's not going to stop it from continuing to look, is it? How do we make it stop looking? Break. So if that, then we'll break. But before we do that, we need a splice, right? This.dyno.splice I, right? The current position in the array. And we're only removing one item. Think it works? Let's see. We've got A, S, D, F, G. Oh, man. Let's remove D and F. And let's check our array. App.dynos. I've only got 3 things in there. Hopefully they're the right 3. G, S, A. We did it. Go us. Good job, team. Remove dinos from the array.